Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome to 2023. Today, we're going to be talking about something very important, which is exercises and movements that you want to avoid or alter as you grow older, right? Especially, like I said, when you approach your mid-30s. For some people, it might be in their 40s, some others in their 50s. All this will depend on your conditioning and your physical fitness level, whether you're an athlete and all of that. As you grow older, your body tends to stiffen up more, especially due to various body parts being stationary for long periods of time. For instance, sitting. This means your body may not respond as fast or effective to movements as it would have in the past. So there is a need to consciously counter or slow down this process by doing stretches and flexibility exercises. You see, these are things that you must do, like I said, to counter, because your body is naturally going in a direction as it is aging and is conforming to a particular set. But you want to actually counter this consciously. This is a conscious effort. So countering it is one thing, which is, like I said, the flexibility and the stretches that you do, they help counter this stiffness. So your body is more flexible even though you are growing older. And this is seen in, conditioned athletes. For instance, you see someone like LeBron James or Tom Brady. These people are still performing at very high level, even though they are growing older, because they are consciously taking care of their bodies, right? But beyond the conditioning, which is what you're doing when you're stretching and, doing your flexible exercises, there are things that you could also do without knowing that could actually, make you more probable to have these issues. And these are movements or exercises that you could actually do. So there's some common issues that affect most people as they age. The first thing we're going to talk about is the lower back and lower back pain. The lower back pain is a very common issue. One of the most common issues with people as they begin to grow older. And there are particular exercises and movements that literally cause this thing to happen. And let's look at that. One of them is deadlifts, right? The heavy deadlifts, especially not just deadlift, but heavy deadlifts. So if you're someone who was doing heavy deadlifts, as you grow older, you want to look at this, right? Because the deadlift puts a lot of strain on your lower back, right? Another one is heavy squats. Heavy squats, just like the heavy deadlift, puts a lot of strain on your lower back. Then heavy barbell rows. The very position in which this exercise is done actually just shows you that it's putting so much stress on your lower back. And the problem with this exercise is that it's a lot better when you do it with heavier weights. You're going to be tempted to do heavy barbell rows. You want to lift heavy, and that is putting so much stress on your lower back and could affect you negatively. Another thing is having straight legs when lifting or dropping heavy objects. Like now, this could be done while you're at the gym, while lifting weights or dropping weights, or while even doing the exercise themselves. Your legs are straight. This puts a lot of pressure on your lower back. This also can be in scenarios where you're at home or, working, picking up objects, for instance, trying to lift up a water bottle and put on the dispenser. There's a tendency that you might not do that with your legs bent. This is pretty dangerous, right? So what are my recommendations on this? Number one arm dumbbell rows. This is also going to be effective, a little bit slower because you're doing it one arm at a time, but it's also a very effective way because this actually allows you to support your back by putting your legs on the bench, right? While focusing on your arms working and moving. So this is a better alternative to the barbell rows. Romanian deadlifts are also recommended above the regular deadlift as you grow older. Romanian deadlifts will be to work your hamstrings, put a little pressure on your lower back compared to the regular deadlifts. And even with the Romanian deadlifts, you're advised not to go heavy, right? Just go moderate. Moderate squat weights also, if you must squat, right? That's for those people, like I said, different people with different conditioning. If you must squat and you feel comfortable squatting, then try to do moderate weights with the squat as you grow older. If you want to go heavy, it's safer to do your heavy lifting with the leg press rather than with the squats, right? So as you grow older, this is an adaptation that you can make that will give you the same results, but in a safer way. Then now, bending the knee when lifting or dropping heavy objects, like I explained, this will help you reduce the strain on your lower back while you're moving. So that motion is done without all the complication on your lower back. So if you want to understand in more detail stretches and flexible exercises that you can do, I've done something earlier before. I'll put a link right here. There's a link right here. You can click on it here and then go check out that video. I explain various ways you can stretch your lower back and how you could be more flexible, even in sleeping positions and all that. So check that out, right? So next thing we're going to talk about now is knee pain. Knee pain can be caused by heavy squats, just like how it is with the lower back. It could also affect the knee. Running, jogging, especially on hard ground, and also skipping. Skipping also can cause, knee issues as one grows older. For instance, you might have heard about the runner's and jumper's knee. So what is my recommendation in this situation? Number one, massaging your knees and warming up before exercises. So before you squat, before you run, before you do anything that will require your knee to work. As you grow older, you must remember that your body is adapting, your body is getting stiffer. So before you engage in that activity that you will have just generally jumped into before, you want to massage your knees, you want to warm up before you start. Avoiding heavy squats, right? You want to avoid heavy squats rather than, just like I said in the first part, rather than going heavy on your squats. This could affect your knees as you grow older. You want to go moderate on your squats and achieve, your quads or hamstring development through other safer methods. Like I explained, you can use the hack squat, you can use the leg press machine. Using the treadmill instead of hard road for a smoother surface, or cycling to replace running. So if running is affecting you negatively, then you might want to go into cycling. That could be another way you could do your cardio. But if you can run still, you might be safer running on a treadmill than running on hard roads, which might not be smooth or even as you go along. The treadmill gives you that guaranteed smooth surface and ensures that you're running at the same pace. It's a lot better for your knees that way. So refer to my video also. You can check that out right here also. That video I spoke about, the issues I had with my knees while I played basketball as a young guy, and how I used to warm up by massaging it, and some particular exercises that I did that helped me relieve that pain. That actually totally removed the issue. And I still do those exercises before I squat, right? So that could also help you. So the next is shoulder pain. Shoulder pain is also another common problem that could come from exercises. And one of the major things that cause this is bad form. So next we have dumbbell flies. Dumbbell flies with heavy weights especially. There's a tendency to want to go heavy when you do dumbbell flies. But as you grow older, even while you're younger, this is a pretty dangerous exercise. So one has to be careful when doing it, not to, go above what you can actually do. So dumbbell flies with heavy weights can be a problem that would actually cause, you to have shoulder issues. So what's my recommendation in this situation? My recommendation is that you use lighter weight on the free weights and then you go heavy on the machine. So if you're doing bench press, for instance, the bench press, or you're doing the dumbbell flies, these are chest exercises, you could use the pec deck, there are various kind of machines, the machine flies, that could assist you in this regard. And then you can actually go heavy and get your results while minimizing the risk of injury. So in conclusion, you can see here that you have to just take so many things into consideration. There are all kinds of warm-ups that you didn't have to do when you were younger. When you were 10 years old, you didn't have to do a lot of things. But as you grow older, your body is changing, and it's only smart and wise for you to change along with it. Kindly take these things seriously. Practice these things. Share this with people that you know. Share this video with them. Let them also be inspired to work out safely and achieve good results without fear. So once again, Happy New Year, and see you next time. As always, have a lovely one. Bye.